Holy monkeys. So in Godzilla versus the monsters, King of the Boys subsequently falls silent. Don't really see Scylla much after GXK. I don't expect we're going to be seeing much more of this fella, this lass. Struck down by Godzilla. No crap. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Cepi the Nomad here. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate you. Let's hop into this. So I'm gonna do a little twofer, a little double. I'm just going to kind of catch up on a few things here. We're just going to start from the top and work our way backwards, I think is essentially what I want to do here. So we are going to look at the Exquisite Basic Godzilla 2014 Heat Ray version and Scylla. Let's start with the more interesting one first, in my opinion, and that is going to be Scylla. So we have the Exquisite Basic series non-scale 6-inch Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire Scylla action figure. So this one's probably going to fit a little bit more in line with the 2014 version, which is interesting because Scylla doesn't really appear until Godzilla's larger. Like he appears in King of the Monsters, and then I don't think he shows up in GVK, but GXK, Godzilla freaking blast this fool. So we don't really see Scylla much after GXK. I don't expect we're going to be seeing much more of this fella, this lass, this lady. I don't really know what Scylla is, to be completely honest. Let's just call it a big old spooky spider. Scylla, this is an interesting character. This is a kaiju we saw. There are probably earlier versions of this, but the first time I saw Scylla, because I don't really keep up with the comics or anything or the extended Monsterverse lore, a little bit of it I do, because some of the comics are actually pretty cool. But Scylla, the first time I saw Scylla was in the Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer when I think it's in Utah. The legs pop up and are knocking up the oil tankers and stuff like that. And then obviously you get a little bit more of Scylla at the end of King of the Monsters. And then you also get a lot of Scylla in a couple of comics, or at least one big comic. And then you get Scylla's appearance is a fusion of various biological traits with crab-like legs combined with features of octopuses, is that proper? And crustaceans. Its massive claws and terrifying appearance evoke fear. In the film, Godzilla predicts Scylla's path and engages in a fierce confrontation with it in Italy. They're talking about GXK. Due to an overwhelming strength gap, Scylla is struck down by Godzilla, no crap, and subsequently falls silent. Who's writing this? You're going for it. Holy monkeys. That's, guys, one of my favorite foods is snow crab legs, and I'm getting a little hungry. Yeah, Scylla, I want to eat you up. So I'm probably headed to Italy, where your remains are. Yeah, so, you know, I said Scylla's a spider. It's like a spider octopus crab thing. It's pretty cool. I think this is a wonderful kaiju design. A lot of people like Scylla. A little bit of the design and Scylla's attitude makes me endeared towards the creature. Rip in peace, Scylla. Looking at the figure here, the design is accurate to the films. The color seems accurate, at least to what Scylla looked like in GXK. And the detail, holy crud. Good gravy. That is like a lot of sharp little details, and like the freaking tendrils. All you anime freaks better get out of here. Yeah, we can get a little bit of the underside where you see Scylla's flaps. And oh, this is not going well. Guys, I'm so sorry. The crusty shell of the creature, the eyes look good. This all looks so good. The detail is stunning. In fact, this is one of those creature designs where in the films, they show Scylla kind of sparingly, except for in GXK. So in Godzilla versus the monsters, King of the Boys, Scylla shows up, you see the legs and everything, and then you see the creature at the end. But like, it's kind of like, it's hard for me to just like see this creature and grasp what it is right away. So this is cool that we get these still images of this very detailed figure to look at and really just like take the whole design in, because this is a very beautifully designed creature and a very beautifully designed figure. If it's anything like the rest of Hiya's releases, especially with their more, I would say, obscure releases like the Muto, the female Muto, and the Skullcrawler, which are like figures we don't get a ton of. I think this one's gonna knock it out of the park. I love the coloration. I love the detail. Yeah, like look at that. That is gnarly. This is a figure. I'm getting more excited for this. This is a figure that I want to get and just like look over for a while. I do that with some of my figures. You know, it's kind of weird, but like I do that. I like to look at my figures and I love to take a gander at the details and all the hard work that the engineers did to bring a figure like that to life. Because a lot of like the tooling that goes into creating a figure from like concept to release is wild. It's absolutely insane. And I want to look this thing over, and I want to pose it too. I wonder how posable it is. I'm imagining it's got ball joints all up and down the legs and everything. But yeah, that's Scylla. What do you guys think of that? Criminy, Godzilla. Let's take a look at you. Now, I have already looked at this Godzilla, so this isn't actually going to be a reaction. This is just going to be kind of my thoughts on it. While I really enjoy my 2014 figure, a lot of people have some issues with it. That's totally understandable. You are allowed to have those opinions. They are very valid. There are issues with the figure. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably going to do a review on it. I love it. This 2014 figure, I have it literally sitting on my speaker right now so I can look at it while I work. I love my Godzilla 2014 from Hiya. Absolutely love the coloration. It really grew on me. I pulled it out of the box and I handled it for a minute and I was like, I might return it. I'm not even going to do a video. And then just something struck me later where I was like, no, I love this figure. I absolutely love it. I popped on Godzilla 2014 and it's video for that. This, however, I am a little less hyped on. Now, this is a great photo, and I think they did, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I literally just whistled by accident there. Congratulations. Please clap. But you guys always let me know when I make mistakes, and I really appreciate that because you're usually very chill about it, and I love constructive criticism. I think there is some design changes. I think they did a little bit of retooling. I'm not entirely sure, but I think they did. It looks like his little neck flap is a little less prominent, unless it's just how they posed it for the figure. I am not entirely sure. Again, you guys can let me know. The figure's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with this figure. However, the one thing, and this is kind of nitpicky, at least from these images here, this is kind of holding me back from really wanting this. One, I got this. I got this thing. I got this. I don't need this. I have a Godzilla with translucent spines already. That, you know, I mean, it's all right. And this looks cool. And it's reminiscent of the film. A very cool scene of the film. However, the paint job is not as good on this, in my opinion. They didn't give him the kind of brown, tan, 2% vague green, like tannish underbelly or anything. And I just don't think the paint job is quite as good, but I do understand why, because they want to bring your attention to the spines. And in the scene where he does use his atomic breath, it's darker and everything. And there's still a fantastic paint job. There's still detail in here you can see and everything. I'm just pretty much rambling on why I'm a little less stoked on this one. If you want it, go for it. If you don't have the 2014 already and you want this version, great figure in my opinion. But yeah, so I'm not super thrilled about this one. However, I don't hate the idea of it existing. It's just another SKU for Hiya. It's another solicitation from them, and they're knocking it out of the park. They're really doing a great job. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on these two figures here. I'm gonna do a reaction to this guy. I haven't looked this one over too much, so expect a reaction from him. I think I'm getting SHIMO soon. I'm not entirely sure. I know they Hiya put out a thing on Instagram kind of detailing when we can expect certain releases, and they were apologizing for it being late. Hiya, A-okay. Thank you for the communication. Thank you for the clarity. You didn't have to do that. Companies mostly don't do that, and you did. So thank you. That's awesome. I really appreciate that, and I can't wait to get my SHIMO figure and do a review for you guys. So that is pretty much it. That's my little reaction. But I wanted to say here at the end of the video, one, if you are not a member and you want to become a member, I say go for it. I'm going to be, over time working the perks of the memberships and everything. And another thing that I wanted to say is I have a new channel. If you guys like listening to my voice, my beautiful, raspy, amazing, deep, sultry voice. Actually, honestly, right now, my voice is like really crummy. Like I'm not sick. I'm just like low energy, under the weather. My voice is a little off. But if you like listening to my voice and even seeing my face, which you don't get to see too often on this channel, but if you dig deep enough, you obviously can. I have a new channel. It's called Nomad Games, and it's going to be gaming focused, gaming news focused, primarily Nintendo focused. And I'm going to be doing some game reviews over there. I'm going to be covering news. I'm going to be covering the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2. I already have one video up there, so go check that out. And with all that being said, I just want to say thank you guys. You guys have been so patient with me. Only a few of you have fallen off in the subscriber area, you know what I mean? And I really appreciate that. And you guys always seem excited when I upload, so I'm going to dedicate more time to uploading. But yeah, there you have it. Scylla and Godzilla. Forilla and Gorilla. All right, bye.